Good morning. It is February 7th, Sunday, and it is 7:30 a.m. And I'm getting up. Good morning, y'all. So Lonnie just dropped me off. It's Toccoa Gap. It's right down there. And as you can see, more snow. So it dumped like 2 to 4 inches again last night. And then I heard the Smokies got even more dumped on them, like another 6 inches to a foot. And there's another system coming in midweek that's supposed to dump more snow on the Smokies. So, man, the Smokies, I just don't know. So what I'm doing is today, I'm slow rolling to Fontana because I'm kind of hoping it's going to defrost, even though I know it's not gonna. I know it's going to be a couple weeks. But there's these southbounders that supposedly went through it. They're coming into the hostel tonight. So I really want to talk to them. What I'm doing is I'm just going to do an 8-mile section to I think it's called Yellow Creek or Yellow River Road. And then Lonnie's going to pick me up again. And then tomorrow he's going to drop me off and I'm hiking straight to Fontana, going to the lodge. And then, because I have a package at the lodge, I have to go there and stay at least one night. And then I'm going to make the decision what to do. And I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough decision. So I just don't know what to do, really. I don't want to skip it, but at the same time, I want to make forward progress. And the biggest reason is I do not want to lose my legs. Last year, I went home 3 times. And if you're even off the trail for a week, you come back and you're just starting over. And honestly, I feel like I'm 5 times stronger than when I started in Springer. I do not want to start back over. And another thing, every time I took time off, got back on the trail, that's when I got injured. So I just don't think it's an option for me. So I'm going to have to make forward momentum. No matter what, I just cannot wait around. So if I'm going to talk to the rangers at Fontana, if they say don't do it, I'm going to take their advice. And I think I'm going to have to drive to Standing Bear and hopefully hike to Hot Springs and then see the situation and go back and do the Smokies. But I'm not going to leave it off for long. As soon as the Smokies is able to hike through, I'm going to go back and do it. And I really do not want to do this, but it seems like the best option right now because I do not want to lose my legs and I don't want to lose forward momentum. Yeah, that's what happens when you start early. I mean, things happen. More things are going to go wrong than if you start like in late March or early April. Yep, so that's the plan so far. So I'm going to keep on hiking northbound and I will get back with y'all. All right. Hey y'all, so I made it to the top of Jacob's Ladder. Man, that was not bad at all. I was surprised when I got up here. I'm like, oh, I'm already to the top. And I got a couple little bumps, but for the most part I've gotten to the top of it. So yeah, pretty snowy though. Pretty snowy. Man, I guess this is gonna be a normal thing now, because it was like this last year. I mean, not this cold, but it snowed a lot. So I want to talk about a little something. I know a lot of people have been asking me, or they're just kind of curious about how mellow I've been lately and that I haven't been ranting. And a lot of people want my rants. I guess my ranting is famous. But here's the thing. I don't really want to be known for my rants. So last year, when all that stuff went down, I got caught up in all that drama and all those comments that came at me. I got very defensive, very offended, and I got caught up in that division. And this is what they want, you know. They want all of us to be caught up in that division. They want all of us to choose a side. And I did it willingly. I jumped right into that fire, and I let them tie strings to my wrists and ankles, and they played me like the puppet I was. And it wasn't until a lot of frustration and anxiety until I was able to get outside of myself and look at myself and see where I was. And where I was is where I've never wanted to be. I've always known that the only thing I have any control over in this world is me, my actions, my thoughts. Everything outside of myself, I am completely powerless over. And when I was watching all that stuff and watching everything going on, I felt like, you know, those terrible movies where the bad guys break into the house and they tie up the dad and then they torture the kids and wife to get the dad to answer stuff. That's how I felt. I felt like I was sitting there tied up watching terribleness and not being able to do nothing. And I got caught up. I picked a side and I went with the division cycle. And that's not what I'm about. I'm not about division. I'm about unity, 100%. That's how we're going to fall. Divided we fall, united we stand. And I'm not going to be a part of that no more. And I refuse to get into that world. I refuse to be a participant in the Matrix, an NCP, or NPC. Yeah, NPC, non-playing character. No more. I'm not going to do it. This video and this hike is going to be an escape, because I know more than ever, we need an escape, and we need people who can't get out here need to be able to take 20 minutes in their day and be able to watch all of this without me throwing up all of that out there. So I am not going to get caught up in that. This is going to be about this hike. This is going to be about peace. This is going to be about nature. And this is going to be about healing and soldiering on and carrying on no matter what the odds are. Because no single person, group of people out there represent me. There's only one thing that represents me, and it's a higher power beyond my conception and even understanding. But I have faith in that power, because I know once I turned my life over to that power, things got tremendously better. And every time I take my will back and try to control everything outside of myself, I'm getting away from that. And it's not going to happen this time. So that's why I am not going to rant, and that's why this is going to be an easy video to watch, because I know my last videos were hard to watch, especially at the end. Trust me, I watched them and I cringed a lot. Yep. And I can feel myself healing every day. Hello, y'all. So, man, it is a winter wonderland out here. It is amazingly beautiful. I'm glad I'm not going to camp out in it, though, because it is cold. There is no doubt. So yesterday, I meant to tell you about this, too. So, it was a couple weeks back, and there was like 3 blowdowns, and they were all like twisted on the trail. But the thing, when I was going through it, I noticed there was just poison ivy vines all over it. And I am extremely allergic to poison ivy due to overexposure. My body just will not fight it off anymore. So even if I get a little bit from the stick part or even the vine, I'll still break out. So I must have got a little bit on my leg, and I got it. And so when I get it pretty decent, I got to get prednisone. So Lonnie drove me to Bryson City. I got a prescription. I had to use that online thing with the doctor. And then he took me to an outfitter, and I got these things called yak tracks. And they're like micro spikes, but they're just these little rubber things, and you put them over your shoes, and they have like coils, and it's supposed to catch the ice. So everyone says they're good. A lot of people use them for running, and they're the lightest option. So hopefully they'll help me a lot. I have them in my back, but I haven't had to use them at all today. But man, what a glorious day, though. I'm just feeling super happy today, man. Even though all this stuff with the Smokies, it's like, I don't know. I just don't care anymore, man. I mean, I'm just gonna hike, and I'm gonna enjoy the hike. And I've never been a purist. The only rule I have is, in 2016, my 2 rules were hike the entire trail and go northbound, and those were my kind of rules this time. But I mean, I had to do that 10-mile section southbound, so I already broke that rule. So I mean, I am definitely gonna try my hardest to always go northbound from here on out. But if I have to skip the Smokies, then I'm gonna have to, because if I go through them right now the way they look, I'm gonna have to carry at least 8 days of food, because it's going to take me at least 8 days to get through. To be safe, I should carry like 10 days of food. I've never carried 10 days of food. 5 days of food to me, I feel like I need a Sherpa. So, and not only that, but trudging through the snow at 1 mile an hour. No, thank you. No, thank you. Not this Florida boy. No. Oh, man. Yeah, but man, it is glorious today. Wow. Hey y'all, so I'm like 3 miles from where I'm getting picked up. It's like Yellow River Road or something like that. So a lot of people have been asking me about my music, and they're like, please can you list the artists and the songs? And I wish I could do that, but it's just too much. I already have so much on my plate, and trust me, I wish I could do that for y'all, but I just have so much and I just cannot do that. And anytime you ask me what the song and artist is, I have to go back to my editing program, hit edit, and find that music at that time slot that you gave me. And I just don't have the time. So one of my viewers told me that there's this thing called SoundHound, and it's an app, and I guess it'll pick up, it knows what that song is, and it'll tell you the artist and the song. So that's an option. But I get my music from a website called Epidemic Sound. You can get a membership or you can buy each song. They're copyright-free songs, but you got to pay for them. I have a membership. When I joined, it was $27. I don't know how much it is now. I think it went up. But for me, I use it so much that it's just another bill. I'm going to keep using it no matter how much they go up. But yeah, so what I did is they have tens of thousands of songs. They have all the genres, but they also have moods. So what I did is I went through the moods and I made folders. So I have my happy folder for happy sunshiny days. I have my moody folder for moody rainy days and dismal fog days. And I have these snow days. And then I have a mysterious one for kind of mysterious music for like when that fog's rolling in and all that stuff. So I have all these folders for different moods. So what I do is once I edit all that hike through scene with the music montage, I watch it through and I get the mood that I'm feeling. I go to that folder and then I find a song. I know some of the songs because I'm familiar with them, but a lot of times I'm just trying songs and listening to them, and most of the time I don't know the artist or the name of the song. So I have them categorized by mood, and that's how I do it. So it works great for me. And another thing I wanted to mention was Lonnie. I've been meaning to mention this. Lonnie he's one of those guys, like one of those people you're like, man, you know, when people talk about meeting the hiker community and people on the trail, Lonnie is one of those guys, man. He's like, to me, like a cool older uncle, And I don't know, man, I just feel really close to him. I like his energy. He's one of the nicest guys in the world, and he's one of those people that I just want to keep in contact with, and just because I like him so much, and I just think he's a great guy. So I just wanted to put that out there. Lonnie, and his hostel's Wolf Creek Hostel, and I'll probably do a little tour when I get back tonight. But man, I just wanted to make sure and put that out there. Lonnie is one of those guys, man, that you're just like, man, he gives you faith in humanity for sure. All right, well, I will get back with y'all. Hey y'all, so I made it to Yellow River Drive, or whatever the heck this place is called. It's like Yellow Creek Drive, Yellow River Drive, one of those things. Yeah, so when I was doing that section, I was following these shoe prints, and they look like boots, but I wasn't sure because the person had a really fast pace. And so I would follow these prints, and then all of a sudden they would just go off the trail and straight up a hill. And then I'd come around the bend, around the mountain, then I'd see the tracks come back down. And I'm like, man, what is this? Some kind of trail runner just trying to hit every hard section he can? And then when I was coming back, so I guess he did it out and back. And he was coming back, so I started asking him. And he was just hiking, and he had boots on, but he was hiking pretty quick. You could tell, because I have a really good stride, and I could keep my stride with his. So I was using his footprints. But he told me he's a peak bagger, and he has this app, and it directs him off the trail straight up to the peak and then come down. So he was just bagging peaks, and he lived in Atlanta, and he was trying, he wanted to go to Newfound Gap in the Smokies and peak some bags there, or bag some peaks there. But it was closed, of course. So, and not only that, but waist deep, high snow. So he's like, yeah, I just settled for this. But it was pretty tough, man. That snow was taxing. So the last 3 miles, I just had, I had to break the snow, but it wasn't that bad at all, really. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Lonnie. I texted him. So hopefully he'll come soon. It's not super cold, to be honest. But maybe I'm just heated up because I was flying down that hill because I told him 4 hours. And I just made it in 4 hours. So yeah, and you can tell all the snow is melting off the trees. Crazy. All right, when I get to Lonnie's, I will get back with y'all. Hey y'all, so I made it back to Wolf Creek Hostel. Lonnie picked me up. So I was gonna do a tour of this hostel, but there's 2 southbounders here and a northbounder, and I just don't want to mess up their privacy. And I guess it's Super Bowl Sunday, so they're going to watch the Super Bowl and cook pizzas and all that stuff. I probably won't watch it. I'm not really into football that much. So I was talking to them. So they hiked through the Smokies. Now you got to remember, they're southbounders who have been out this whole time. They're grizzled, man. They're used to the cold. And they were saying it was super hard, and it is like 1 mile an hour less than 1 mile an hour at like really, really huge sections. And they basically said if it's an option, if I can afford to do it, or if I can find someone to do it, that probably going around for now is the best bet, because they said they were able to do it. I think it took them 9 days or 8 days, I can't remember, but something crazy, especially for being southbounders. And they just said it was grueling and cold. And then they said, you know, that the snow's probably going to freeze again. So yeah, it just seems like the best option is to just go around and wait a week or two and then go back and do it. It's not what I want to do, but that's how through hiking is. It's not always what you want to do. And I don't know. So anyways, I'm probably going to just end the video for tonight. I was trying to think if there was anything else I had to say, but I don't think so. I'm just going to get dropped off tomorrow at that Yellow Creek Road, whatever it is. And I think it's like 6 or 7 miles to the dam. And then I'm going to probably go to the lodge tomorrow. Or unless the weather's nice, I might just stay at the Hilton. I'm not sure. I know they have a good reception at the Hilton. I remember last time there was like 4 bars there, so I don't know. Well, we will see, and I will talk with y'all in the morning. All right.